This is going to be such an exciting matchup. Like you said, previously Talon, they knocked out Gladiators at Riyadh. We've seen previously Dream League. I mean, are you already considering about maybe even just dragging the wave? I know it's not as potent as what it used to be, but is this something you're considering from Talon to maybe offset the current lane setup? Because we see level 2, they're going to go. Jabz should be our first blood with a dive. Slow dyrachyo doesn't need to dive under the tower thanks to Seleri's damage over time. And they will take a little bit of damage from the Korea wave. Q's still going to hold them down as well with the avalanche. But, we've gotten like Brown Boots, Midas, Radiance, maybe a little bit of extra utility as well as a potential. Is there something you are looking at here for Ace?
I think the Radiance would work fairly well, right? You know that it's going to prevent perhaps a little bit of damage.
I don't know about this. Yeah, they wanted to go for Ollie, but it just meant that Savage was freely able to right-click. And now Ace is in some danger as well. Decrypt to slow him down so Savage can get in front of the retreating Brewmaster. This eventually will be a double kill, and we are seeing the power of this Pugna again. Talon, they've played it 3 times with 3 victories in the group stages, and Ollie's really given a good start over to Savage. Dude, Quinn is bodying mid though, 34-6 compared to the 26-4. Very impressed with the start that we're seeing out of the puck so far. And of course, we know previously, actually top lane Jabz looking to TP out. Oh, we died in base. Stun still cooldown for dyrachyo. Q should be able to get back to the tower. Are they actually looking to go for it? No, never mind.
It's a big deal to have the Wraith King all the way back there, basically level on net worth with Seleri up until this point, off the back of the first slot. But again, wasn't expecting that.
That was some big kills now for Gladiators. You get that one up top. Ollie's now going to be pressured out as well, so...
I think they're banking on the fact that Talon are going to overcommit and they're going to really be able to come out on top with any sort of defense, because you can't have that sort of thing happen where you only end up getting a support, right? 23 Savage getting a ton of farm is
Seleri, this could be dangerous. Coil with the egg, but they just blow up Quinn. His health pool disappeared. Mikoto's going to go under the cover of the Ghost Walker. Pretty good dead shot, but really not going to help out too much in the end. Another turnaround's going to be there. What can these 2 supports do to pressure Talon? I mean, tOfu will use the defensive ultimate. Mikoto can still stall out the retreat. Even got Tornado with the ready. An avalanche will help him close the distance. A little bit messy with a tornado, and tOfu actually gets out. They stop the tree throw damage, and our Seleri is going to be back with a combo. Ace comes out of nowhere as well.
He won't be.
He's got the ultimate ready to go if they want to continue chasing, and in the end, I mean, it's a support for Quinn's life. You're probably happy with it for Talon, but just trying to break down some trees to stop the TP locations in. I see.
For sure.
You know Seleri's here?
Mikoto be fine though. I mean, Savage is right behind him.
Bo's gonna break. Dive directly on the top. Do they want to deal with the egg or retreat? Savage and Ollie's going to try and turn to bring it down the ditch. Man, so close from tOfu to keep it up, but you see Talon nonetheless will be able to bring him down. Now they're going to look for more. Quinn jukes over to the right side, but Q, perfect placement out of the tiny. He's going to make sure there is no escape from the mid lane on Gladiators, or is there? Another orb to get some separation, and Quinn will get out of danger.
Yeah, barely. 1 more second and he would have been dead to rights. Looks like Mikoto might even be looking to try and go for a bit of a follow-up here. He might see the illusory orb going up towards the north side, and he's got those spirit vessel charges.
Nice hunting. Mikoto going to be able to stop the Sunray instantly. Now Q's even moving over as well. They should be able to get a double kill as a result to this. Mikoto hunting deep behind the tower, getting ready to potentially punish any defense out of Gaimin Gladiators, which would be a huge kill.
Vision around this top side as well.
And they should get him. Stuck around for a little bit too long. dyrachyo's been flawless so far, 17 minutes in. But Talon finally going to be able to close the door into the Chaos Knight. They are instant TPs coming through from Gladiators. Are they going to be fast enough to keep him alive? Sunray's out from Seleri. dyrachyo getting a lot of bonus health back with the lifesteal as well. Now the Supernova gives him firm control. dyrachyo is all a bait, and now with Gladiators here, they can look to clean up. Jabz is going to end up going down. They'll be rewarded with the kill on Q, but Savage wants to turn the fight. The first fight for him, looking to get involved. He's got that Orchid ready in the arsenal, but it's still messy. Mikoto doesn't have the health pool to bite back as well. Now Ace, he wants to charge on full, but the song will stop him short. Savage is able to TP out, but dyrachyo lives long enough. The boys come in full force, and that's a 3-for-1 in the end.
Hell, even if we end up dying, we're still going to be impacting our net worth positively. Not if he dies, though, and gives up a good amount of that unreliable gold.
Back-to-back smokes that might not work out.
Jabz
is going to act as a bait. Pops the smoke, of course. Can eat a lot of the spells. They haven't used too many big abilities, though. Meanwhile, over to the left side, Savage going toe-to-toe. It's a pretty good supernova in the middle of the team fight. 23 needs to make the call of the retreat. They'll get out of range of the egg. It's a lot of abilities now used. Meanwhile, Jabz on the right side, though, does get assassinated. Can you still go for more from Gaimin Gladiators? You don't have the greatest health pool in dyrachyo.
I don't know, actually. I mean, maybe they feel like Savage needs it just to be able to play aggressively more with this butterfly.
Oli might be the first point of contact. He's going to continue running to the left side, so maybe they'll get a juicier kill instead.
Dire are scanning.
Yeah, they've got BKBs, though, and they've currently got no way to be able to have that BKB piercing disable right now. Quinn still just plus 18.
Seleri, detection? That's a little bit... What's the call going to be? Mikoto turns super early, use of the egg. They don't really have many heroes to protect them. Mikoto with the alacrity. I mean, it's a big opportunity if Savage wants the song to get some more heroes now. Dire want to fight. They're coming in. Over to the northern side, dyrachyo assassinated Jabz. So that was a reincarnation used early on as Ace jumps in the middle. Dyrachyo's going to look to get the second life out of Jabz as well as Savage's song will do nothing. 4v4 at the moment. Gladiators, can they look to get more as well as Savage is by himself? Talon, they're not in a position to protect him as GG find a big kill. They're going to be able to surround him on this second life, and Quinn will force away the reinforcements. Savage has the BKB to protect himself momentarily, but look at Ace guiding Mikoto on the backline. That sets up for Quinn's jump, and Orchid will prevent the spell casting, but the dead shot drags him back to dyrachyo, and Ace isn't done just yet. Deep inside the base they go. They might need a toss out. Q, can he protect Savage? They've got the drain. Oli, he'll keep 23 alive for the moment, but there is going to be no response from Talon, and finally there is a big break from Dire.
There is, and I mean, it's unfortunate. Oh, they're still looking like they want to try fighting here on Savage. Again, the Avatos combo was available. Jabz is coming back up.
Savage, can you fight this? I mean, you really don't want to use this Mikoto buyback. You're relying on Oli and Tiny to get you out of danger. Savage gets some distance. Quinn's going to jump to the backline as well, but the spell's still on cooldown for Q. Yours in snare. Avalanche is up in a couple seconds. dyrachyo's going to try and prevent Q from holding Quinn into place. And meanwhile, these buildings are full. They've held the buyback from Mikoto, but there's still a bit of an opportunity to get more kills as Quinn easily jumps and blows up Jabz, and all of a sudden, this game, it's out of control.
Yeah, it's blown wide open, and it goes back to the tiniest of things. They had the glyph.
A forced Talon back to base.
Even an aggressive glyph coming through here, wanting to protect this wave as much as possible.
Previously, the teamfight ultimates have been disastrous for Talon inside the fight. They're going to jump Jabz again to start. Should be able to kill the first life without committing too heavily. What can Talon do to protect Jabz on the respawn? Get some separation to the right side. There's the song. They can help protect Jabz, but do they go back in afterwards?
Got a toss on Q.
They're so hesitant.
They're not going to get anything.
Oh, wow.
They're just backing off completely. Might even be looking to go through the twin gate and get the hell out of there, but looks like it's the high ground that they're wanting to play around, banking on the fact that Roshan might have respawned. It's a really long one. Probably the longest they could have possibly hoped for on Gaimin Gladiators, and you don't want to walk up into this.
Quinn's in a great spot. Pops the smoke, gets the information. They're going to use the ward as well. Q will find a pretty good initiation onto the Phoenix. There's just no follow-up.
No boys.
Seleri's okay. Q jumped into the lion's den, and Talon don't want to follow him to death. They'll look to retreat to the southern side. dyrachyo's gone far too forward. It's a big kill to the chaos side if they're going to be able to find it. A supernova dropped on the Hex. They're going to try and turn to deal with the egg. I don't know if they got the right clicks. Egg will pop at the last second. Mikoto's in some danger. dyrachyo with the instant buyback into the middle, but Savage, he'll give them an opportunity to retreat. Ace, he actually cancelled the TP. The Bruling stops Savage from getting out. They can now chase the Naga Siren down to the south. Quinn, he got Mikoto as well. A disastrous fight. The buyback from dyrachyo, huge. The egg, even better. And now Gaimin Gladiators can look to walk it down and go for the finishing blow. Savage wants to bring one man over the grave, but he won't even do that. And they will completely take over the map and not look back from there. About to be mega creeps for Talon to deal with.
They're going to hold on, but still another 20 seconds until you're going to get any sort of cause back into this game. And They went for a slightly more aggressive route, but then the greed took over. The classic mentality of wanting to go into that late game. SEA plays it better than a lot of other teams and a lot of other regions, but it's just not enough.
Jabz is like, take my life instead. They were just turn to the throw. Mikoto's back. You've got, I mean, Savage in fight, but it's far too long. Couple seconds too long. In fact, in Gaimin, Gladiators will be rewarded with their gameplay with a first map victory, 39 minutes in.
And it's a convincing one as well, right? It seemed pretty even in the early-ish game. They got off to a good start. Man, it just goes to show why these guys have won pretty much every LAN that they've attended this year. What is that, an 80% success rate, just coming in 4th at Riyadh, knocked out by these boys on Talon. But other than that, it has been pretty solid all around. Ollie, just the blank 1,000-yard stare coming through. He knows that they had the opportunity to be able to come into this game. And I was really preferring Gaimin Gladiators draft up until that Bloodseeker. So like the 23 Savage, if they're going to win this game, it's completely on him. I'm just a little worried about, you know, having to contend against the likes of this break coming through from the Primal, the break coming through from the PA, and the really strong lanes that you've got in both of the side lanes.
Q in trouble? tOfu should be able to get that blinding light push back. They're going to have a lot of slows as well. Jabz is actually coming back in, but I don't know if there's much that Talon can do to get Q out of danger. They might be able to get a return kill. Quill's also taking a lot of damage, and the Quills are starting to stack up. Seleri is also in some danger.
Are they going to get away? Oh, they didn't commit onto one of them. They just got Delta split on.
Side lanes. Meanwhile, of course, we're going to have a lot of action from top and bottom. We will take a look at how mid's going at the moment with Mikoto and Quinn. I'll hold that because bottom action continues. Never mind. Savage going to stand strong. They feed the Lotus, and if required, he's got a Fairy Fire as well. tOfu tries the body block, but now he's going to be in trouble too. Blinding Light pushed away. It won't do anything. Savage easily able to chase him down. Now top lane as well. Q's got the snowball to close the distance. Doesn't dragging Jabz. Is trying to deal with the
neutral creep.
Dude, what a dyrachyo. Well done.
Means maybe slightly longer on the deck than we would have previously liked, and looks like he might even be starting to build up a few stacks for both. Well, honestly, all 3 cores on Gaimin Gladiators are great stack takers.
Dyrachyo's in some trouble. These Quills up to 4 now, especially with Q here. He's got a Kree wave coming shortly. You see Jabz is angling to the right side to be able to follow in pursuit. And the shards locks him into place. And this is going to be a catapult wave as well. So this tower will take a lot of damage off the back of that kill from Talon.
They make the movement, and it's not even him that gets the kill. It's Mikoto. I'm sure he's going to be a tiny bit salty about that.
It is good to see him being active, though, nonetheless. I mean, Rupture can almost always guarantee a kill, and we're going to see it not even used here for tOfu. Mikoto is able to get himself closer towards the vessel. Gladiators are trying to strike back, though. It's Quinn and Seleri together. You do have Ace reasonably close by as well. That double damage rune is going to shred them apart. Now, the shards makes it a little bit awkward, but Savage has already tanked up way too much damage, and Quinn's already looking for the +1 kill. They won't be able to chase down Q. They will get a nice little Courier snipe.
It's a hallmark of any sort of Quinn team is that the supports are going to provide the assistance there because they know that the man is capable of providing that impact. But talk about impact, that diffusal blade only about 400 gold away.
Oh, Ace should be able to stop the trample away. Seleri's actually going to drop the tombstone on the higher ground, but it's going to do nothing here. So nice little kill for Talon. A much different performance we're seeing out of him, and instantly looking at mid lane. He can combine with Jabz. Also a great timing as well out of the power. And it's going to run straight into him. They want to go for tOfu, which is the easier kill. Blinding Light will only stall this one out. Quinn will try and do whatever he can. Ace is even got a TP in. Rolling Thunder's still on cooldown for 15 seconds. That's a perfect tornado. Mikoto's Invoker this game is really on point. Now Quinn's in some danger. They will have the snowball to be able to stop the pulverize, but it's a little bit too late though. And now Seleri is going to look to enter with a Flesh Golem. Mikoto in some trouble, but the shards will do nothing as Gladiators. A big couple of kills to be able to slow down this momentum that the Invoker's been starting to build. They want to try and at least force Gladiators to take a fight by the pit and die. They're not gonna take that at all. They're fine with giving this up. They've got the lineup to continue to be able to stall.
Because you've got the Bloodseeker combination, right? You've got the ability to isolate. You've got something else to be able to set up for things like the Ice Blast to completely isolate someone away. And
oh no, man.
Solo.
They don't want to take the bait. Maybe they think there's more. They'll drop the ward. There's a sentry in range. Jabz should know.
Sees it.
It's activates the BKB, tries the turn, but once AC is going to be in with the break, might be a little bit easier about killing the bristleback. They're hesitant though. Gaimin don't want to commit heavily, and now with the reactions out of Talon for the grab ally, will keep him alive momentarily, but it's not going to matter. Stunned as he re-enters the living. They won't be there for too long. They want to go back in though. Savage is committed with the BKB. He's in a lot of trouble as Quinn's going to be able to target him down for the moment. Has more than enough wards to be able to bounce back off. The rupture's proving to be annoying, but it will not matter in the end. And now Q can still jump over the top. Jabz is starting to stack up this damage. His bristleback has gone uncontested. And where is dyrachyo? Just not involved throughout that team fight. Was having a bit of a battle over on the left side. I think he killed Oli, but maybe with him there we see a different fight. But in the end, Talon, they're able to come out on top. But if Gladiators win this fight, then get Roche, the map will be difficult to play with. They killed Jabz to start.
Yeah, and they've got the break now on the PA as well. She's got basically all the items she could possibly need, even going into that nullifier next.
Can't lose that ward.
Ghost Scepter's not a fact.
They're going to jump Q straight onto tOfu. They should be able to blow up the keep of the life, but once again, Seleri will keep him alive. They found Mikoto. Now that's a big target to take out of the equation, but Savage is going to look to enter as well. dyrachyo. These crits are raining down, and now Quinn hot in pursuit, but who does he want to jump though? The zombies giving them the information. Talon done a pretty good job to retreat, but the BKBs, they're not available if a further fight does break out, as Quinn would jump over the top of the shards, but they would just sacrifice the life of Q, and there we go. A fight will go the way of Gaimin Gladiators, and eventually they're going to be rewarded with Roshan as well, and this map will now start to shrink as a result.
I don't know if you could look to fight this. I mean, an instant Sunstrike maybe when Mikoto comes up to see if
Ice Blast
actually is the case. No Ice Blast and complete vision as well. Ace is acting as that frontline bodyguard.
Ice Blast is coming through now. It's going to clip on two. You've got the Age has been instantly taken care of. And now they won't get much value out of the break as well. It's going to be on cooldown for a little bit of time. What's the call on Talon? Mikoto's going to be back in. dyrachyo jumps to the left side with the BKB on cooldown. Can he activate the cheese? Gets it off for the last second, but he's still going to be bursted. Full to 0. And Jabz is left standing in the middle of it all as well with the scepter. This bristleback is ripping Ace apart. They got to get out. Gladiators, you need to cut your losses. But Q jumps over to the top of the high ground. That's a perfect shard placement. There is no retreat from Dire. tOfu will be cut down as well as Talon. The numbers disadvantage. It did not matter. What a fight by the pit. The choke point area should very much favor Gladiators to be able to get the backline and also play with that tombstone.
They know they're about to go for a smoke. They just grouped up under a watcher that they had under their control. So right now, Jabz just wants to shove out the wave, force someone to have to deal with this first. Tornado off the mark.
Oh, Mikoto being on the front's worrying.
If they can retreat, this would be huge.
Rupture's out as well.
Put Rupture off.
Quinn's going to have to protect himself with the Arcanum shot. He's fallen pretty low, but meanwhile, dyrachyo wants to jump in the middle. Ace is going to follow in pursuit as well. They're holding down Mikoto momentarily. dyrachyo with the burst damage. They'll deal with the Invoker. What's the call now from Gladiators? Can you look for more kills? This Q, he is isolated in no man's land as Talon can't enter Dire's side of the map, and another fight will go the way of Gladiators, and now they can look to get some more objectives. Well, his top is getting shoved in, so there will be a response eventually out of Dire to be able to go back for that. There's no way they run into Savage, right?
Surely not.
Close. Wait, hang on, are they thinking about fighting Q? tOfu's not with the boys at the moment. dyrachyo, no BKB as well. Ice Blast will clip on the right side. It separates the Phantom Assassin, and there is that combo. Rupture kick. Health pool gets blown up. Gladiators will be able to retreat, so they only lose one, but of course that is a big kill on dyrachyo.
You can legitimately do like 40,000 damage in one team fight as this Bloodseeker. Probably more so when you're going up against like the really beefy heroes like 3 builders. These team fights haven't gone swimmingly for Talon. Like, it's just been really good play by Quinn and Seleri in particular. They're just understanding of where exactly each other want to move, where each other needs to be, has been just on point.
Wait, this is a scary bridge to cross. Oli will lead the charge, wants to drop his own ward, which completely scouts Talon out. And dyrachyo is going to be able to jump as well, but the break's there. Jabz is in a lot of danger. Refreshes his health pool thanks to the cheese. Now dyrachyo down low, they blow him up. No dyrachyo for the team fight. Talon, you've got to get more. This is your one opportunity. They'll try and cross the bridge back to their side of the map. Ace wants to try and disrupt them,
Perfect
but the tornado clips on 4. dyrachyo will bite back, but he's way too far away from the team. Ace is going to hold down Savage on the right side. Ace just solo killed the Bloodseeker. Now there's a big opportunity. Gladiators, they'll need to get more out of this. The investment out of the buybacks is costly, as Quinn should stop Mikoto on the retreat. If they got protection, it looks like they do. We'll try and TP out, but the rock throw will stop him short, as Gladiators somehow come out on top.
GG, they're not phased. They're just going to finish this Roshan and get a refresher shard of their own.
So I guess the big thing is the fact that multiple really important buybacks were used.
And again, it's the scary prospect of going up onto the high ground. I want to see how much pressure they put up onto this high ground when they don't have the Bloodseeker, when they don't have the Invoker. And if Talon have the cojones to use this buyback, if Q is able to get into a good position for a kickback, they might be able to do it.
Oh, they're looking for it. Maybe being able to blow him up. 4-0. Seleri again. This tombstone save. And now you've just sacrificed Q's life. And Bristle's in a little bit of trouble as well with the breakout. Ace sees an opportunity to be able to charge in the middle. Savage tries to do what he can, but it's not going to matter. Now dyrachyo senses an opportunity. Mikoto with the tornado will disrupt. The combo is going to get laid down. Kick further inside the base. Gaimin Gladiators. What can you do on the respawn? Do you just even sacrifice his life? Quinn will try and give an opportunity for the Phantom Strike, but the instant Hex is finally there. And now they're looking for more as well. Ace, kick back. This is the opportunity Talon have been waiting for. Ace will go down without a doubt. It's just a question of can they get more kills. As Savage will not be able to cancel Quinn's TP, but that is the dieback on dyrachyo. 100 seconds for Talon now. Hang on, Bloodseeker, what is the damage on Savage? It's going to be really cautious, but we're going to just try and waste as much time. But again, if anyone's nearby, Q may look for the opening with the kick. He's starting to run up.
Jabz is just softening up a little bit.
Wait, Jabz?
Why not?
Dude, Quinn's in trouble now as well.
Sorry again. Remember?
Oh my lord, these tombstones, but it is just space. One building down. What's the call from Talon?
Gaimin Gladiators fighting on their side of the map. They don't want that instant pick off into a dieback, into the inability to be able to fight, and they know it's 20 seconds until the PA is a concern. Q's got a Octarine queued up. I understand it. Just wanting to get more Walrus kicks. I wouldn't hate seeing him go a Silver Edge as well.
It's a good ward.
Another way.
It's a really good ward. So it's gonna pop. Oh, good reaction.
So quick. And Seleri, I think, has been the MVP.
Hang on, they're coming.
GG so far.
So it's gonna pop. Oh, is in a really peculiar position where they can just blow up the support. A quick guaranteed kill onto an easy opportunity. Gives them a 4v5 and potentially more as well. As Q's gonna go down. These are the heroes without buyback. Savage.
No, Savage, he trapped himself.
He can beat Gaimin and TP, but you got to make a call pretty shortly. He's going to TP now. His Ace disrupted the charge. Won't stop him, but dude, now no one's there.
The dieback.
No one is with Jabz. It's just Mikoto as well. But the Invoker, he also needs to get out of danger. That is a disastrous team fight. The worst thing that could possibly happen. As Savage is going to try and do whatever he can, but one crit jump over the top. dyrachyo will not let Savage get back to the base. And now they sense blood in the water. Mikoto as well. You could not have had anything worse happen for Talon. And now as a result, Mikoto, they'll catch up to him as well. Buybacks are used instantly. I guess at least the lanes are in an okay position, but
Buybacks coming up shortly.
None.
50 seconds until the AA and a minute until the PA. So dyrachyo feels confident in being able to go for this all-in style push.
They've got Glyph, but it's a miracle hold. Gladiators one fight away of getting some revenge when Talon knocked them out of Riyadh. Let's see what the combo is going to be. Oh, it's not on the mark. You tried to set up with the tornado.
Still get
They're just going to go for the throne. dyrachyo might die to the Sunstrike. That's a big start. Mikoto's putting in work in the defense. Ace will try and turn to Savage, but Q kicks him right next to the fountain. That is the damage they need to bring down the Primal Beast as well, and they have held. We are not done just yet. The Savage will also stop Seleri from getting out of maybe? Seleri? Oh, cute. Nice prediction. All right, it's able to catch up to Seleri, so at least there will be a third member that does go down.
One of those members that did buy back previously. That's his dieback, even though it's up in another 5 or so seconds. But Savage could look to get into that start of the E-Blade pretty soon, but it won't change too much of anything. Second lane of racks going in their favor. So again, the lanes are passively just going to be helping them somewhat.
It's a big wave that Ollie has to go back to deal with as a catapult wave as well, so they don't want to give over this full set of barracks.
At least it's an AA, so you can still have that big team fight impact from the base.
It is, but
They've finally found a little bit of isolation. No one's claimed that Watcher right now.
Quinn, he's not going to mess around. Instant rolling thunder. Looking to get to the back line. There's the Lincoln's bubble. Savage, he's in a lot of danger. dyrachyo is going to try and close the distance. Savage, can he get any lives? Still back. It's too late for Mikoto spellcasting. Still, they will get a return kill. Can Mikoto slip out of the cover of the invis though? Ace has got the detection. Pulverize slams him into the ground. The buyback to the pivotal thing is they're already back in the middle thanks to tOfu's help. Can they get any more off the back of this though? Ace is going to try and get onto Jabz. They'll separate themselves. 2 fights are breaking out simultaneously. It's Jabz uncontested so far, but he's not going to have the mana or the health shortly as well. As the breaks are proving too much of an issue. Look at the mid base though. Mikoto, he just pulled back, dude. Mikoto, this is an all or nothing play. Quinn's going to need some assistance as well. They'll get the TP in from Jabz. They're going for the throne, man. Someone needs to respond.
It happened to them at Riyadh with Liquid. They're trying to see if they can do it themselves.
But they're not going to have the numbers. Jabz is pretty goddamn survivable. 2 fights again are happening. dyrachyo, he's not with the boys. There could be an opportunity. dyrachyo and Savage going toe-to-toe. They're going to push him down to the southern side. I mean, back to mid, we see Jabz and Quinn. The BKB protects the Bristle back down to the south we go. Ice Blast connects. When is an opportunity for Savage? First Hex is out, and that's all they need. A dieback on dyrachyo. 2 minutes without your Phantom Assassin. Are you kidding me?
Yeah, and Mikoto is about to get an Aghanim Scepter for himself as well, you would assume. Just getting himself that little bit of extra control.
Do they go for it?
Being one of the ones that bought back, he's the one to claim the Aegis of the Immortal.
They're not going to go for the finishing blow, so we will stick around for a little bit longer. And I have
before, and I'll say it again, late game Dota is where C really shines.
Dude, why is there a rapier on Ollie? What am I looking at? What is this?
Attack from Rage, Ollie, do it.
It's all or nothing now. You just got to go for it. 25 seconds. Quinn's onto Mikoto, BKB. They want to deal with the Tombstone. What's the call? Messy inside the team fight. There's a lot of damage from Ace. He's trying to control the backline, making space. The throne is now exposed. Talon, they're going to go straight for the Jugular with a Stygian Desolator. This base is falling fast. Still dyrachyo down for 5 seconds, and it's going to be too long. Talon will send us to a deciding game 3. And what fashion to do it in.
What a play from Mikoto and Jabz. The balls on these men, and you can see Seleri feels like that's one that got away. You know, they got to those big timings that they needed. They had the solid lanes for themselves. Lanes probably didn't work out the way that they were expecting, but as soon as those Lincolns came up, you see the cheeky little smiles coming out from the Talon boys. They know that this Bloodseeker really was the one to be able to do it for him, but what an early game by Jabz as well to be able to set everything up. This was high quality TI level Dota from both of these teams. You know, this is what they needed. I'm not sure if it's going to be, yeah, there we go. It's a mid tiny. That's what I was kind of expecting. I think they really needed this to be a lot more aggressive. Can you do? Also just wondering what the item build is going to be like on Mikoto, but I think both you and I agree that
Seleri, yeah, in some danger with the fissure placement. Jabz is going to be able to land the Starbreaker, and this will be our first blood, and dyrachyo, we force the time walk away. So Talon strike first in our final game.
Siege creep is starting to come along too, so the fact that they've been able to pull this wave might not be the best. It'll be a little bit of damage being pumped into this tower and a full wraparound coming from the Jakiro here.
What a scary position for them. It's going to be able to bounce them back into the Phantoms. Great positioning out of the Spirit Breaker charge. And Q's going to come down, but what can he really do with this rotation? Maybe Seleri is in some trouble.
Nah, no damage. No mana on Ollie. There's no chance.
No. Should be able to go through the portal. They're going to go for kills instead. Why not? They see some freebies and they'll be rewarded. A great rotation through the portal from Seleri. You deal with the ward, you stick around, get a couple of big kills.
GPK, one of the best tinies in the world, and his item build is like the power treads, then into the blink dagger and starting to scale off the back of that. Mikoto, as he looks to go for a kill, gets dead shotted back with the haste root, so he gets the hell out of there. He's gone for the phase boots route, so this is much more of like less of a farming build, more of a kill build.
That's fancy
Great
placement.
silence.
Solar Guardian's going to be in the fish. It's a little bit awkward though. Jabz is on the other side, but Mikoto will struggle to follow up. Dude, everyone from Gladiators recognize the importance of this fight. dyrachyo is ready with the chrono, but the instant Delta split away from Talon, he'll still get an opportunity to use it onto the offlaner. But now 23 Savage, he's ready to go for the 10v10. They should be able to deal with tOfu. Gonna be cautious. Q's gonna be able to buy him some time. Attribute shift at the ready, so Savage will not be blown up.
You get the additional little bit of damage that ends up being the end of Quinn.
And double Midas has been worked on for Gladiators. Ace is so farmed and potentially going to be rewarded with another kill. Savage blown up from 4-0. Mid lane now though. Are they not even going to have the damage? You serious? Ace everywhere across the map with the early Spirit Breaker involvement. Ollie will get the kill onto Seleri, but this is getting to some dangerous territory already with the fact that they are 2k ahead, and you're going to have a great Midas timing on dyrachyo along with Ace.
Yeah, you will indeed. And again, I've said it time and time again, all you need is level 9 on the Spirit Breaker, and he's already 7.5 pre-10 minutes. Is this another kill? Oh, perfect. Oh, can't walk through it though. Oh, the calling. Just doing that damage to be able to take him out. Crit, Aghanim Scepter, whatever it might be. It just feels like...
Oh, they're just baiting Jabz. He's gone a step too far, and they're going to be able to get the kill onto the Dawnbreaker. They might even get Earthshaker as well. Once again, tOfu spellcasting. Such pivotal factor of them being able to...
man. You have to. Like, he's just way too good.
So he's going to be able to itemize accordingly with whatever is required out of him in this game.
Mikoto at least is relishing this small amount of time that he's got solo in the mid lane. Able to put a little bit of pressure on that tier 1 tower as well.
This is a gigantic kill. I think he does, especially with Ola here. That is a much needed kill. Savage able to bring down Ace, who was off to an incredible start this game on the offlane Spirit Breaker.
Running around, not too much active net worth that he's looking to play around with. And if you can just look to hinder that further and further, it means that the Faceless Void gets more usages out of the Midas. The Faceless Void gets to start building into his farm. And I've seen that's exactly where the charges are coming mid once again.
There's a double LSA, and now they're going to get Mikoto as well.
Yep.
And it's just, it's the same recipe always. Gladiators, so much emphasis on securing power runes. Talon only bring 2. And they're going to be punished for that. If you're going to go for these runes, you need to bring more members.
Yeah. Tale as old as time. Gaimin Gladiators playing around those power runes, and for a good reason.
Replicating Gaimin Gladiators play. If they're not quick, though, Dyer's going to smoke and go through the portal.
Yeah.
It has to be perfect, because dyrachyo has the boys shortly, and if they group up for the chrono,
this could be
devastating. Jabz, he's just going to run up and meet them all, and you can't take a fight here with the calling. It's going to be disastrous. They'll still try, though. tOfu's falling low. All the AoE control proving to be an issue. Jabz tries to get the ultimate off, but just to no avail. And they just are all mincemeat running into the grinder as now Gaimin Gladiators. They'll find Ollie as well in no man's land. Savage considers about showing up, but he is far too late. We have a pretty good ward that's scouting out multiple members on Die. I think they were just in range to see the smoke.
Yeah, they were indeed.
So everything is at the ready from Dire. tOfu and Ace going to lead the charge. Ollie once again. Be able to pop this. Q will give him some separation. Should still be able to get the kill. Mikoto with the counter over the echo. It's a pretty good combo. Can they blow up Quinn? And they will. That is a great start. dyrachyo, can he find the angle for the chronosphere though? Over the right side, the waveform. Savage toying with Gaimin Gladiators. And now the visual onto 2. The perfect start as Mikoto's going to jump over the top of the chain control. dyrachyo protected for the moment for the BKB, but they can continue to chase him down. Ace is going to charge through from downtown. You might need the chrono protecting dyrachyo. In fact, it won't be required, but Ace in some danger. In fact, it's actually Seleri that is the one in trouble, and Talon somehow, some way find a incredible team fight. They take 3, and that is all thanks to Ollie's positioning. Is this the fight you're wanting for Talon? A loss here could give A big opportunity. They got to go soon. This Roche is down to half health.
This would be such a big initiation if you're able to get all three.
They're clumping up for a potential echo. They need the vision. Shadow Team will provide that. Could Mikoto lead the charge as well? Look at the calling. tOfu in a close area. Could be devastating. They're going to be able to get the jump in. Roche is down. Mikoto gets the ages. It's a great start for Talon. dyrachyo used an early BKB as well. Talon kiting over to the right side. Okay, momentarily. We need to see what dyrachyo can do with his ulti. Savage, he's going to charge over the north side. dyrachyo doesn't even get to play this team fight. As Talon now can potentially get some more kills. Mikoto stops the charge. Ace, 4,200 health. But when he has no heroes to play around him, it doesn't matter how long it takes to kill him off. As Talon, somehow they've got the net worth lead. They were down 7,000.
With the Aegis, it gives you that confidence to be able to make these sorts of plays, maybe thinking that he's a little safe here. dyrachyo on the right-hand side. Mikoto careful not to pop his smoke on the towers, and ooh, how quick is he on the fingers? Yeah, I'm still pretty satisfied with that, though.
They're really split. They're going for their own kill. Jabz is isolated. Going to be able to blink closer back to the T2 tower. Meanwhile, I mean, there's a straight chrono as well, so everyone else is stuck from being able to join, and dyrachyo just gets the time walk away. Savage wants to jump on forward, though, but the BKB stops the dead shot. Has he got the damage? He does. Waveform to confirm the kill, and Savage is not done just yet. Your high ground will not stop me. The Savage finds a double further to the south. Ace is isolated. We saw prior when he doesn't have any boys to play with. He can be vulnerable. Quinn's going to TP in, has to jump over the right side as the Acro Slam. Ace can find an opportunity to charge away, but Quinn, he doesn't have the same capability. Tries to fly up to the high ground, but he's going to be cut down. Just what is going on? Gaimin Gladiators, they are crumbling.
They are indeed. They won't be able to take any towers off the back of it. There's little silver linings coming through from Gaimin Gladiators, right? You've got Quinn, who's level 20 now. Big damage buff coming through for this Magic Lina. 11% spell amplification coming through. I believe Ace has the Shadow Blade completed, so it's another thing that's just going to enable to...
They see tOfu.
He shows himself, yeah.
Simultaneous jumps to the right and left. Both supports blown up from 4 to 0. Ooh. They're not messing around, Talon. They're looking for more as well. But under the cover of the Shadow Blade, Ace is going to charge into the middle as well. You still have the Chronosphere. Savage with the Replicate's going to be able to prevent dyrachyo. They split away. dyrachyo doesn't have a good opportunity for his ultimate. Will finally use it, but it's a wasted chrono. He'll get no value out of it. And now Mikoto can hunt. tOfu stuck in no man's land. As Talon just have their number, Gladiators cannot take these fights anymore.
As soon as he starts to do the animation, that's when he starts morphing, and even the Spirit Vessel isn't enough to be able to get the full effectiveness out of it. Well, at least they get the Courier, but it's a full lane of racks gone, and potentially 2.
Wow. They will look for the hold, of course. Charge in. They're going to try and take a fight 3v5s. You got the buyback out of Quinn. Ace might get blown up with the crit, so they've got to be cautious. A lot of damage onto the Morphling. Savage is in some danger. Finds the waveform out of the base, and what's the call from Talon? You look for a retreat. Maybe set a formation up. Sometimes it is just your lucky day.
Just can't wait for him to get to the neutral camp, I guess.
And this is going to give Talon now an opportunity to set up around this top side. Instant jump. Chrono still on cooldown for another 5 seconds. tOfu gets blown up without remorse. dyrachyo is going to try and put a little bit of damage into Mikoto. Charge from the other side of the map as well. Ace going to try and deal with Ollie. Once again, 23 Savage looking to try and play around with the Spirit Breaker Replicate. Ace is in some danger with the Purge. Great reaction out of the BKB from the Morphling, and again, dyrachyo will have 0 damage inside the bubble. It is an all-out retreat. They've got to cut their losses. Quinn will juke up to the north. TP's still down for a couple of seconds. Looks like he'll be okay. They will smoke up. Going to be too late, though.
And Mikoto is level 25 as well. He's got the Aghanim Shard as well, so I was talking about that threat of being a legitimate right-clicker. Well, Mikoto's reached that point.
Smoke on smoke.
Harpoon as well. Doesn't want to let them get away, particularly Quinn. He's been pretty sneaky with that
Savage. See how Twitch Shift to be able to work with. Not going to be able to blow him up from 40 as Ace spies the Shadow Demon, but doesn't commit with the charge. Going to be cautious. They group up instantly. The split away once again. Dyrachyo doesn't find an opportunity for the corner, but everyone is isolated. Mikoto's away from the boys. They're going to need to find some way to protect him in the corner. This time will clip 2 heroes, and that gives him the opportunity to kill off Jabz as well. Savage against the world. Can he do it with the instant buybacks? Solid Guardian back into the middle. Savage, of course, has that
Quinn.
second life. Down to the southern side, though, Ace gets some time to charge away, but the Fissure stops him from escaping. Dyrachyo gets blown up as well. And now Quinn, looking like it might be a dieback, finds the blink at the last second. Gaimin Gladiators not done. A Seleri will also be killed off inside. The river is up the high ground. Savage goes.
He knows that there's no backdoor protection. He knows that you're going to need to use a buyback for this. Otherwise, you're losing your entire base. But with no Chronosphere to be able to play around, can they 100-0 him?
I don't think you can. 3,500 health, and you got the Wind Waker out of Q, and now Quinn as well. Jumped on the backline from Mikoto. Tossed into the double fissure. Quinn's down for over 2 minutes. And now the building's under siege. No chrono for the defense. They can go for the end if they want. Talon knocking one of the favorites down to start in the lower bracket.
More buybacks being used. They don't want to give this one up without a fight. This is starting in that lower bracket. A single series enough to be able to wipe you out. Oh, they would love to be able to pick off Dyrachyo here.
Dyrachyo, Savage, refresher used for the double waveform. That
they still can't
is all she wrote. Talon and Savage take a freaking bow. What a comeback performance from the Southeast Asian boys. They are never out of any game.
All right. Very good. Any words out there? I mean, what a series game 2. That was crazy, man.
Yeah, it's a good game.
Yeah, absolutely. Were you scared? Jabz, the man, the myth, the legend, the bristleback? Yeah? You feeling it?
It was pretty fun. Like at that point, the last fight, and Mikoto was ratting, and we don't even know what we are doing anymore. It's just like everything is silence. Yeah. It's just like we're just playing.
I would have to say, guys, that was like the game of the tournament for me. Very exciting stuff. So thank you guys so much for an incredible show out there. And yeah, I was hype as hell. You guys are so calm and collected. What's going on, man? It's just another day in the office for you?